Yeah.
When we turn off the neural circuits for vigilance, we can start to direct our neural circuits, vision, auditory, whatever thoughts, towards an awareness of things that are both inside us and around us that keep us in that calm state. I mean, vigilance is associated with stress. Stress is associated with a narrowing of the visual field, a narrowing of the auditory fields. I'll just use this analogy because my sister and I last summer, we always go to New York for our birthdays together. We went and saw the Harry Potter play.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, right.
And I saw it in New York too. It's
yeah,
so
it was wild. I mean, the effects are so unbelievable.
Yeah.
She's a big Harry Potter fan. I'm not, but
I am.
But
so,
okay, but just spectacular effects. It was just so wild. I couldn't believe it. But there's this library in the play, where it's a magic library where when one of the books is taken out about a particular subject, the books around it actually morph and change to reflect the same subject material. And when I saw that, I immediately said, that's how the brain works. The way the brain works is a kind of pseudo-hypnosis. Hypnosis is about context and context setting and narrowing of context. All of us have such a wealth of historical, present, and future thinking cognition in our brains. But when we get anchored to a particular emotional state or topic, what ends up happening is that the available topics around it change in reference to how stressed we are. When we are stressed, all the topics, all the books on the shelf around that stress are about that thing and how to solve it. And actually, this is why stress enhances our memory for solving the things that can help us solve that particular issue. But guess what is given up? All the other distantly or not so distantly related topics that lend themselves to creativity, to thinking about novel combinations of things. This is why our friend Rick Rubin, I think, is such a spectacularly creative individual, because he spends a lot of time putting his brain and body into a state in which he can remain in contact with these other related or seemingly unrelated topics. Whereas when we're in a stressed mode, when we have to problem solve, when we are in vigilance, we absolutely narrow our cognitive fields, our visual fields, our auditory fields. We limit what we think is possible. And so I think great friendships, to bring it back to it, great relationships of all kinds have enough safety and acceptance in them that we can make our way through the practical constraints of the relationship in the day, the week, and the year, but that there's also a sense of creativity, that there are new elements allowed to be brought in because there's enough safety and acceptance that we can turn down those vigilance circuits.
Absolutely. How do we then, with circuitry that's built for safety and acceptance,